Welcome back to Front Office Sports, continuing coverage of Super Bowl 59, live here at Radio Row at the New Orleans Convention Center. I'm Baker Machado, and wow, the style just went through the roof at the convention hall here at for Radio Row. We got Sean Stellato, the super agent himself, Mr. Dapper here. Sean, good to see you. How are you?
Blessed, man. Great to be down here. Super Bowl week. The energy's intoxicating, and just in my element right now.
I can tell. I mean, you got 3 different brands you got all over the place that you're working on. What's this one right here?
Yeah, Roam Free. I do a lot of collabs with them, a leather luxury duffel bag company. So they got my bag, the little lapel pin. I'm a big lapel guy.
Well, you're also a hat guy. Fedora. You made fedoras look cool again. I mean, and you were just telling me, off camera, you're actually going to one of the oldest hat stores in New Orleans to talk about hats.
Mayor, the Hatter, I'm excited about. They've been one of the oldest hat stores, and I'm going to do a little book signing, meet some fans, and they're going to gift me a beautiful hat. So it should be pretty cool. I'm excited about it. But I wear the fedora. My grandfather, Pasquale, he wore one, which is cool. I love Sinatra wore one, and Stallone.
Right.
So, there's a 3-prong effect there. Dad wore a lot of double-breasted suits. So trying to keep the tradition going. And let's face it, my wife thinks my first life was in the 1920s. So it's crazy how everything went down in the 2020s.
Right. Well, you're just making them cool again. The 1920s making it look cool. We also got to talk about this partnership you got going on with PXG as well with golf. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's my zen. I mean, it's in draft meetings, draft prep, free agency prep. It's such high stakes. It's one gear. I get to kind of do a 180 and convert to the golf side of things, which balances me out. And the PXG clubs, man, they're a secret weapon. Like I'm using them. My golf game has went from like here to here, and it just feels natural. A lot of the club does a lot of the work. The Golf Pro that when they fitted me, which I was wearing a fedora, which is funny. He just tweaked some things, but then with the club itself, it's been like magic. So very blessed to collab with such a great company. My wife's grandfather, World War II vet, won 3 medals on the beaches of Normandy, fought. I know PXG, a big part of there is military, so it's weird how everything kind of aligned there.
What's so interesting is, from an agent's perspective, it's all about branding for the athletes and stuff like that. Usually agents, mine specifically, they're never to be seen. They're always in a back room somewhere else. You're taking the opposite approach. Why not make the agent also a big celebrity as well? Is that sort of a mantra you wish other management people would do as well?
I just figure, whatever God's blessed me with, it's been able to segue a lot of opportunities for my other guys. And if there's opportunities that come my way, I entertain, but it's all about the clients first. And I think it's everybody's their own brand at the end of the day. Whether you're playing quarterback or you're playing left tackle, there's going to be certain demand for a position of where you play. And with mine, it's just been it's been fun. But honestly, I've been locked in services my clients. I'm only as good as my guys.
Right.
I have a unique story, but at the end of the day, it's all about them.
Well, let's talk about one of them in particular, Tommy DeVito. A lot of talk about what's going to happen with him next year. I believe he might be entering in free agency this next year. Questions about whether or not he's going to stay with the Giants or not. Any insight into that? Does Tommy have a preference on sticking with the Giants?
Yeah, Tommy would love to stay, and I think what will happen is he'll be here another year. And then from there, we'll see what happens. But he loves Coach Dable, loves his teammates, loves his fans. It's close to home. But at the end of the day, it's an opinion-based business. It's a what have you done for me lately business.
Yep.
And he's locked in the lab. He's working 5-6 days a week, feels comfortable. I thought he showed growth on 2 starts, didn't turn the ball over, 31 for 44. Went up against 2 playoff teams. I think if he's healthy and he gets protection, Tommy can start in the National Football League and be successful.
Look, a lot of players out there would love the sort of branding and exposure that Tommy got, from Tommy Cutlets to everything. Talk about how that was really important in sort of elevating Tommy's, how popular and all that other stuff with him. And is that sort of a recommendation you have with all of your clients, but all players out there? You got to sort of figure out what's your niche and find a way to sort of expose yourself to sort of get more attention.
Yeah, you do. And especially when you're an undrafted guy.
Yeah.
You don't have 9 lives.
Yeah.
You don't have, P5 guarantee for 2-3 years in a row. You got to go out there and fight. And it's uncanny sometimes to guys to get that type of exposure. But let's face it, it's like a Rocky Balboa story, 1,000,000-1. And he goes out there, and not only does he go out there, he's the first quarterback not to turn the ball over, beats 3 legit teams in a Monday Night Football. I mean, think about Rookie of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week, primetime game against the Packers, who were close to going to the chip last year. And he went out there and he played like a seasoned veteran. So I think in terms of the marketing side of things, the Passion Paisano, Tommy Cutlets, that resonates with a lot of people. The Italian heritage is something that is the root of both our dreams. We've really took the bull by the horns, but it's all organic. That's what we really are passionate about.
You can tell. I mean, going back to that viral moment for you, and Tommy's dad kissing you, in that really great real moment, elevated also your stardom. Also, talk about that. How you essentially broke the internet with that moment with Tommy, you, and his dad.
It was like a America Got Talent golden buzzer.
Yeah, it was.
It was like a hurricane nor'easter Christmas day.
Yeah.
All in one. And it's Tommy's father. He'll always get a Christmas card, but he made the first move, and his mom and dad are great.
Yeah.
Testament to his success, the type of kid they raised.
Yeah.
Our children are our greatest accomplishments. I have 4 daughters, and to see how they raised him, it's incredible. He gives back. He's genuine. He's real. And I appreciate about that. And he's a man of character, and that's not in today's world. It's hard to find.
Yeah, you've always said you wanted to sort of be an inspiration for the underdog. Is that how you sort of approach not just business for you, but your clients also, who also are sort of the underdog here?
I feel like every day I live my life like Rocky Balboa. I am the underdog, and I've been like that from being a very small, undersized athlete that was told you can't play. You can't be a quarterback in high school. You can't be the next Doug Flutie. You can't play Division I football and basketball. There's only 1,696 NFL players. How are you going to be an agent? You don't have connections like that. I think what's different with me is I'm relentless, and I played the game. I understand from a football IQ standpoint, and I think at the end of the day, having that underdog mentality, it wasn't just something that stuck and came. It's in my DNA, and it will never leave, and I will never change that. And I really embraced it because that's what my ancestors had when they came over with very low means on the lowest level of ocean transport for a dream and a vision. And every day I walk in their footsteps, and I'm blessed to be able to do that.
Sean, we'll get you out of here on this. How many fedoras and suits are in that closet of yours?
I think suits, I'm 30 plus custom.
Wow, good for you.
Fedoras, I would probably say about 25.
Wow.
Bellissimo, they've done some really nice ones. Borsalino's 1857, which is cool. PXG got a really beautiful fedora for me when I golf, which is cool. And then one of them, they actually custom with the viral pick inside of it, which was pretty cool. But I did a signing back in May when my trading card dropped, and I was signing fedoras. But probably the most gratifying and humbling out of all the fedoras was October 26th, Marist College, the Sean Stellato Day. And they did, I think it was 1,000 fedoras for the first 1,000 fans. And just all the little kids coming up to me like, we want to be an agent, or we want fedoras now. That was cool.
Inspiring the next generation and also making the 1920s cool all over again. Sean, thanks so much for joining us. And of course, stick with us here on Radio Row. We got more interviews with your favorite athletes, celebs, and super agents also as well.